Tamika, the face behind Hey HR. So today, guess what? Y'all, we already made it to part 2. You guys really watched part 1. I really like we can look at the analytics and it was obvious that folks were watching this video longer, that folks were actually like not just clicking on and clicking off. You know, YouTube tell you way too much information, but that made me happy because I said, this is good. People are always asking for like help on how to do a resume, or who can do one for me, or can you do it, I'll pay you for it. Like, no, just do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because resume shouldn't be something that you just need one time. Like, you should need a resume on a regular basis, because you should always at least be letting your career climb, right? If you are new to this channel, then thank you so much for stopping by and welcome to Hey HR. I ask that you just go ahead and subscribe now, because if you don't, you might be missing out on some stuff, because you've already missed out on some great stuff. If you're returning, I thank you so much for coming back to this channel, and I hope that I keep giving you what you need. If I'm not, just throw it in the comments and I will produce. Alrighty guys, so let's not forget what we're really doing. It is Black History time. So I get excited with this. So I really love Black History. Like, I love Black History. I just feel like we are still making history, obviously, and there's so much more to be done. So not the progress I like to see, but we've made progress over the years. Anyhow, this shirt is a little different. So I got this shirt because our church, which I'm a part of the AME church, we did a march, and it doesn't have the date, I guess, but it was during the pandemic. I want to say it was like June or July, because I ended up not going because just the COVID rates were so high and it was hot as ever. And I just didn't think it was a healthy thing to do, like summer in the heat with the virus going around. But I got this shirt because my plans was intentionally to go. And so I really like when our church gets together and do this. But it was actually June, because we did a Juneteenth celebration. The church was told by the bishop, hey, watch the movie Just Mercy. And man, I was so happy to see that movie. Michael B. Jordan and oh my God, Jamie Foxx. They did such a great job in that movie. I always love watching like replays of real stuff. But anyhow, that's where this shirt comes from. No one made it for me. It truly has a purpose behind it, and I'm so proud of it. So Black History Month all the way. It'll be interesting to see what shirt we got next. But right now, we're about to just dive into this next video. We're going to talk about how can I create a resume from scratch. So if you're like, Tamika, I see these templates, but I hate working in templates because it doesn't let me do what I want to do. You know, I can't really make edits the way I want to, whatever. Or I already have one that's already in this format, whatever. Why don't you just pick up from there? So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick resume, because it's not going to be super detailed. Only because I need to get feedback from you guys and know, what do you want me to detail? Like, resumes can go in different directions. So I want y'all to tell me what you want to know. I mean, if you want me to do a video on CVs, I can do that too, because people get confused with those. But we're just going to go ahead, start from scratch, and do this video. Get your computer, set your phone to the side, let this video play, and let's get moving. Ready? Alrighty. So I'm just going to put in the basics of what we've talked about before, right? What we already did on the other resume. Now, if by chance this moves too fast for you, it's okay. Just pause it here while you type in what you need and just let it start playing again. But don't be alarmed by it going too fast. Just start typing in what you need. I normally start by just putting in the titles I want first. Now these are just the basics. So it's going to be like your objective, your education, your professional experience, your software experience, or what have you. Don't get too excited, but you definitely want to make sure it stands out. This is your time to be proud of yourself. So put in whatever professional accomplishments you've done, volunteer work, or what have you. But this is where you make yourself stand out. Your subtitles to anything that you want. So if you want to, you can do like I did, objective. You can start with, you don't always need an objective, completely up to you. Some people read them and some people don't. Like some recruiters want to see what you're thinking. To be honest with you, some of those detailed things aren't really what recruiters are looking at, more so than a hiring manager. Like I've already told you guys before, recruiters are going through hundreds and sometimes thousands of applications for only maybe, 50 positions or less, right? So don't really have that kind of time to look at every little detail. We're looking for the experience. On average, roughly a recruiter spends about 7 seconds looking at resumes. But that's an average, because there's some of them that stop us and make us like look at them. They draw our attention. But there are tons of them that I can just look at it real quick and be like, I mean, how can you take this IT position when you were just, working at Publix bagging groceries? Like, not to diminish what anybody's doing, but just let's be real. Like, how do I know you know IT stuff and you hadn't done it? So, I need something else. So that's why I put these subtitles in, because I feel like professional accomplishments and software experience, you should be able to push that out, as well as education. You should be able to show that I actually do know something related to this, even though I don't have professional experience doing it. And here, my Word has some weird settings in it, so I immediately go and fix it. So as you guys can see, I went to paragraph right down here and I just started fixing it. So when I can see it looking that way, then I know exactly how I want to really fix it. So I know I always want my name, my address, and all that stuff in the top. So you can see that I'm highlighting it and then going to whichever editing box that I need and making the changes. But I am so sorry because it's not showing the drop down boxes. I'm not sure why the recording is doing that, but you should be able to see it on your end. I'm sorry for the blurry screen records, but stay to the end. They're perfectly clear. So don't forget that objectives should start with 2. What are you trying to do? How are you trying to move your career forward? What type of job are you looking to do? Okay, start with 2. Right? So I'm going to start with my latest education first, because I want them to see where I've accomplished too. I noticed that some people put like high school first and then they go to like college and then no. You want to start with your latest first, because folks are reading down. You want it to stand out that, hey, I qualified. And to qualify, I did this. Like if I already got a master's degree, I would definitely put that first. So be careful with that kind of stuff. So don't worry about putting the years that you finished school, because again, folks can estimate your age that way. So stay away from that. I would probably put the one that I finished, just to say I finished it. But honestly, it's not necessary. If it is, they'll ask you for it, and that means they're kind of dwindling it down to you. So this is your resume. Make it to your liking. So right here, I normally always go back when I get down a little bit. I'll go back and start putting in at least some of my editing, just so it'll stand out to me that I already knocked those things out. I go for bold and shadow in a second. Those are like my go-tos. So just highlight it, hit the little bold button, keep going. Again, if this is going too fast for you, just pause, type in what you need, hit play again. Don't worry about keeping up with the screen. You want to make sure that you're putting in solid information. Second date for my next job. I want to pick up where I left off on the last one. So I'm going to start with January, or I finished that job in January 2017. Again, no gaps in your employment, because now we're wondering, like, well, what happened? Why are they not here? Like, where were they working then? I mean, you got to have some type of living. So where were they working? And you guys see how that went? I just did a backspace to get that all on one line and then space it over versus tabs. For some reason, editing gets you guys every time. Y'all will have stuff all over the place. And I'm like, why is this position here? So if we started there in April 2015, then that means we had to end this job in March 2015. So as you can see, whenever the date falls into another line, just get in front of the entire date and do a backspace. You want to keep it all on one line. So with professional accomplishments, this is where you're going to help kind of make your resume look amazing if you feel like your experiences isn't all the way where you want it to be. So me, I'm a notary for the state. That's a good thing because some companies need notaries. I'm going to go ahead and put in there that it expires in 2022, right? Mine literally does. I need to renew it. Some companies look at, oh my God, we have one in the house. You just never know what can pull you out, right? I'm a part of our local SHRM, and I'm just a member right now. But in the past, I was a part of our local SHRM, and I should just put Pamela at a SHRM. That's what we're called. And I was the webmaster. And I did that from roughly 2014. I don't even remember exactly, guys, but it was a 2-year term. So I want to put that stuff in there so that they can see I did some other stuff. And if I had not had good experience in HR, then they can see like, oh, that girl she was trying to get her foot in the door. She was networking. She was out there putting herself before folks. She was going to events that needed to teach her more, like going to these meetings will teach you. So if you're like, well, I want to work in HR, go start going to SHRM meetings. They're online now, but you should start going to them because they're so helpful. Like, you never know who you can meet at those meetings. Don't forget to make your subtitles stand out. So you don't want to keep those in the same font or without a bold or anything like that. Make it stand Give it some depth to it. Like, make things a little bit different. That way, any recruiter can just peep at it real quick. The biggest thing we want to see is your job titles. Like, that's the first thing we're looking for. The next thing that we're going for is we want to see, where was that located? Like, are you relocating? Are you already here? Just put whatever experience you have, right? If you think of something else I didn't put in it, put it on there. This is the time you make yourself sound amazing. People go, well, somebody else showed me how to do it. I didn't work in it long. Honey, other people putting it on their resume and getting these jobs. Why you out here talking about, I ain't did that real long. I ain't too good at, I mean, you sure? Listen, put it on your damn resume and stop playing. This is your time to, like, make yourself shine. And, like, just to be honest with you, I mean, a lot of you have experience that you just didn't know you had. And this is your time to let it shine. This is repetitive, but make sure to make your subtitles stand out. Bold them, italicize them, make the font bigger, whatever. So everybody has Microsoft Word experience if you are working on your resume right now in Microsoft Word. So I normally put the Microsoft suite because I have worked in, and if you've ever gotten work emails through Microsoft, then you have Outlook experience. So I've worked in Outlook, I've worked in Word, I've worked in Office 360, worked in Teams, and everybody on the Teams. If y'all ain't did Zoom, then you did Teams. I've worked in Excel, I worked in Publisher. That's the kind of stuff you want to put there. We all on the internet all the time, so put the internet. If you ever have worked on multi-line phones, then you need to put that there. That's those, like, computers and software, because most of it's done online now. It's not an actual phone. I want to find something that's different, but I also want to find something that looks professional, where somebody's not going to go, why she picked that god off a font? Pay attention to where my mouse is going. Though you can't see the drop down boxes, you can see that where I'm changing the font, where I change the size, where I change if it's shadow or bold. Just keep on plugging away. Find the one that you like that makes your resume look different. But I want this area to stand out. So I'm going to show y'all what I do. And you can do this too. Follow me. I'm going to lose some of y'all right here. I know it. Just pause and hit rewind. Pause, hit rewind. I'm going to lose some of y'all right here. But it's easy. You can do this. I want my resume to stand out and look a little bit different. So I'm going to give myself some space here. Because what I really want to do is I want to insert something to make it look different. And for me, that something is a shape. And that something is a rectangle. Sometimes I use one with the curves on the end. So now you want to put that shape in. After you put the shape in, position the box. See how you like it. You want to change the colors, you can use the templates that are there. If you don't want to do that, then you can just go with the simple color like I did with black. Make sure to change your font that you copy and paste. All of the words that you copy and paste, make sure to change it to white so that it stands out. You may still have to do some repositioning, but that's to your liking, whatever you feel fits for that page. And then when you're all done with that, you can go back in and do whatever additional edits you may want to do, like changing what the shape of that box is like or what have you. But all of this is to your liking. I think that what I also like to do is I like to mess with the fill. So I'm going to do a right click in the box, right? That's what I'm going to do. And my fill options aren't coming back. So sometimes I got to do it like that, where I get the line around it to look straight. So I'll right click on the edge of it and hit fill. And I go down to gradient and I play with this. What do I want my box to look like, right? So what looks amazing to me? Now, one of my go-tos is something where my name is kind of standing out at the top. And what you also can do is you can also play with the outline of the box. So let's take everything off. You see this black box around here? You can play with that too. And maybe I'm really not feeling the color of this box. So maybe I want this box color to be a little bit different. So I'm gonna play around with different colors. So navy blue is also a very, very professional color. Right here. And I go to insert, I go to symbol, and I just pick one. Which one I like. I normally will go with this symbol right here. Look at that. You're doing this all on your own. You don't need a soul to help you. So now you want to pull your words together so that it doesn't look so spacey when you add your shapes. So go over to the symbol box. I normally use a box or I use a circle. Put those in, move your cursor around, put some spaces where necessary, and then close the gap from your words to your box. And what I also do is sometimes I'll go back and make that a tad bit smaller because I really want my name to stand out. Look at that. Look at the world of a difference that's made. So I just gave you guys like so many options of things to do right there. I mean, instead of leaving it black, I'm just gonna pick the blue that I already have. So 18, so that it can match my box. And if my box is too deep of a color, you can always go ahead and do gradient with that navy blue and see what it does for you. I'm gonna just leave mine as is because I like it. But just to make it stand out a little bit more, I'm probably, instead of using that white font, I'm gonna go gray. Gray does something to it for me. It's the gray for me. Oh, let me stop. You can't really see the difference when you're coming down, but you can see it when you look at the ones you haven't finished yet. But for right now, I'm gonna make this bold and italicized. Bold and italicized. This is how you're trying to get it up off the paper, so it just looks a little bit different, you know? Here, I'm gonna get down here and I'm gonna put duties. You don't need to have the word duties there, but it helps it to stand out and kind of make that recruiter's eye look directly there. But you can just start doing the bullets if you want and not even put the word duties, but start putting bullet points and make sure to start listing them. A minimum of 3 per position. Because this is the part where you want to show, this is the part where I say a lot of people worry about like keywords. So an applicant tracking system is when you apply online to a job. that information is fed to recruiters through the applicant tracking system. So there are tons of them out there. Tons. People use anything from Paycom to ADP, Paychecks, Paylocity. There's just tons of them out there. I mean, I'd be listing all day if I kept going on which ones we have, right? So they all are different, and they all allow you to do different things. But whenever I decide, okay, I want a software and I want it to have an applicant tracking system in it, I want it to have benefits in it, I want it to have everything in it so that I'm doing all my HR work in one thing. Because once upon a time in HR, we would have like 5 systems we're trying to do stuff in, but now a lot of these systems are robust. So whenever you apply online into whatever system that is, and you upload your resume, maybe it might scan everything and fit it in for you. What we can set that system up to do is say, okay, for this job, if these applicants or the resumes do not have these keywords, I mean, some of them are super detailed where they say a percentage of these words, or if they haven't answered these questions in this type of way, then they call those knockouts. Sometimes you can just put in knockout questions where if somebody doesn't answer just this one question the right way, we don't even see their application. It never comes as it automatically denies them. Sometimes we can even set the system up where you don't get an automatic deny. Like we can say, okay, we want all denials or rejection emails for these applicants to go out 48 hours after they apply, or to go out 1 week after they apply. People think sometimes with these systems that it's a person. Not all the time it is. And I know some people think all the time it's a machine. Nope, not all the time it's a machine. Not all the time it's automatic. But these systems are set up all kinds of ways. So if by chance you go to one of those big companies, and remember I talked about on the last video what companies might use keywords, because not all of them are going to use keywords. I haven't worked for a company yet where we only look at applicants that pull keywords, and I'm a big advocate of not doing that, because that tells me if we're recruiting the right way. But anyhow, so if you're looking for keywords, guess where they're going to get these keywords from to put into the system to tell it to reject? Their job description. You're like, well, to me, I don't have the job description. Yes, you do. You have the job posting. And if you looked at that job posting and it doesn't have duties and stuff like that, listen, you might not want to work for that company. You might not work for that company. You don't know what you got to show up and do. So I said, don't apply. What I'm going to show you guys to do is we're going to go ahead over to the internet. We're going to go ahead to Indeed. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just look for Human Resources Manager, right? Now, this is the job description, right? This says full job description. Most times it's going to tell you about the company first, but then it'll tell you responsibilities and skills. So let me look through this. Have I done any of these skills before? Develop and implement HR skills. Applicant tracking. Systems for process improvement. But yeah, I wish I could show y'all on my second stream, but I don't know how this will work. And bridge employee and management and employee relations by addressing demands, grievances, or other issues. Listen, you don't have to do it word by word. You aren't supposed to do it word by word, really. But some of it you can mix and mingle. Most of it, I would say, try to make it your own words to some degree. But you want to still pop out the main words in the system. So if you're like, well, I know this is what I want my career to be like, or whatever, then use a few different job postings. But if at the end of the day, you're sitting here and you're like, well, you know, I'm just going to do it for this one job. No, if you're applying to be an admin assistant, but then you're also applying to be a human resources manager, and then you're also applying to be a data analyst, that's not going to work, because all of them doing different stuff. So you're going to have to make it work for that job description. But if you know, I'm an IT systems administrator and I definitely want to continue to grow my career in IT, pick any IT jobs that's posted there or anyone that you're applying to, pull out what you've done. I always say, if you have looked at that job description and you have done some of this work, then pull that work out, put it in your resume where you have done it. Putting it for every single place that I work, I'm moving around through my resume, right? I'm moving around. wherever I did that actual work. Because I'm not lying. I'm telling you, I'm experienced. I'm just telling you where. And I'm making it a little bit easier by one, using your words so you can find me. I'm helping you. Y'all not lying. And listen, feel confident about your stuff. Like, you know what you know. So y'all see how this is falling over to the second page. This is something I was telling you guys on the last video too. One way to fix that is just to go to layout, margins, custom margins. And for me, I just go to the top, and I usually put them down to like 5 or 7. Since I did 5 there, I'm gonna do 5 there, because I really want to keep this all on one page. Cool. So we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna do a minimum of 3 duties on each one. Okay? Minimum of 3.